Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Dina-Rosa and I play the clarinet. In today's video, we will be talking about the scary world of articulation. So this is the clarinet fear, kind of. Let's hopefully not engrave that into your mind. But it is a pretty tricky thing to do and everyone is still working on it and a lot of other basic things. So basically, if you think about like the physics of this reed, so it vibrates with your air, which I'll talk about a little bit later on. It vibrates with your air plus, you gotta get the reed wet. So basically it vibrates like super fast like that, and then pretend this is your reed, pretend this is your tongue. So your tongue attacks the reed, and if the reed isn't buzzing anymore, it doesn't make a sound. So basically, tonguing is the movement of releasing your tongue from the reed. So think of it as releasing instead of attacking, because if you think of it as attacking, it's kind of like, it might like slow you down, and you might be like really focused on like that, but you want to think of like getting away, like it's hot or something, you know? So stick around if you want to keep learning a bit more about articulation, and enjoy. One little thing that I didn't just mention now was you want your air keeping the consistency the entire time. So you don't want to be doing this. So this is not tonguing. You can obviously see that my air is like, it's not nice and smooth and consistent. You want really fast air like this. And if you want to go back and learn a bit more about air, I talked about in a few videos how to properly breathe, and also about your throat. So you don't want your throat really enclosed like this, because how are you supposed to tongue because your tongue is like, and your throat, they're all connected. So you want to have it nice and loose and nice and flexible. So think about having an egg in your mouth. It stretches your tongue high, and it also keeps your throat nice and open. A little thing that I also explained was to think about the syllable "eu," so like "eu," like that. So yeah, go back in that video if you want to learn a bit more about like the general mouth area position, but I'm going to be talking about a little bit more inside the mouth today. There is a little exercise that I like to do to ensure the precision of your tongue, gently pressing and releasing like that. So basically you want to play, you can play any note. I like to do let's do an open G, like no fingers. So basically you want to experience a tingling, buzzy sensation at the tip of your tongue. So basically that means you're not entirely pressing down like that on the reed, but you're also, your tongue is not off the reed. So it's just kind of gently resting there. And then we're going to rest it and then pop it off like that. Whoop, whoop, like that. So I'm gonna play an open G, so no fingers. And then I'm gonna do the tingly, buzzy sensation. So I'm gonna like demonstrate with my hand. Okay. And then if you want to like hear even more of the buzzing or even feel more buzzy sensation, play a low E. So you can hear a little bit better there. So that's a little exercise that I like to do. One more little trick that I want to talk about is if you've ever had like, you know what a poppy seed is? If you have like one of those poppy seed muffins, or maybe you like put them in your oatmeal or something. So you know how they're really, really small and they kind of get stuck in your teeth. So kind of pretend that you're like you're trying to it's like at the front of your tooth, you're trying to spit it out. Like you want to make it a fast gust of air. precise, but it's also like a small flick like that. Like that. So pretend you're flicking a poppy seed or something else, maybe some other small item or seed in your teeth. I just wanted to show the difference between tonguing with the tip of your tongue like this, with little movements, and then this is tonguing with big movements, like more with the back of my throat, which is not what we want. There are a few styles of articulation you might want to know about. So there's a legato style tongue. So legato that basically means like long and smooth and connected. So basically a legato tongue sounds like this. So you can like barely hear the connection. It's very smooth and silky. So then there's, maybe there's an accent. So an accent means like a ta, or like a heavy tongue. So this is what a heavy tongue might sound like. Like that. And then what about a staccato tongue? So staccato means light and bouncy. Sometimes you can have a super like rigid staccato, or you can have a light bouncy, like light tongue. So you can, or you can have, so that's like quite aggressive, but it's nice and tight. So there's probably a few that I'm possibly leaving out, but those are like, you can either go like this side of the spectrum, like long tonguing, you can go like super short the other side. So yeah, I think that's kind of all I want to talk about, just for the like a beginner sense of how to use your tongue. Just make sure that your air is like, you're still thinking about that air, because sometimes you get so wrapped up thinking about your tongue that you kind of freak out and you forget, you're like, well, I can't do any of this without my air. So think about that air connecting all the notes, all the tonguing, and that'll be your key to success for tonguing. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and stick around for the next one. Thanks, bye, cheers.